What's up? This is Rapids. And so Floyd Mayweather issued a statement denying accusations that has resurfaced where people are saying that Floyd Mayweather witnessed what happened to Tupac. The reason why they're saying that is because Floyd Mayweather was describing to John Singleton in this rare clip that has resurfaced. And in that clip, Floyd Mayweather is describing in detail what happened to Tupac as if he was there. It's just the way he was describing it. He goes on to say that he lived in the skyrise right there, like right in that area. So his window was right there, and the way he made it sounds like he actually observed what happened. I'm gonna play that clip for you so you can check it out for yourself.
The car pulled up and shot Tupac. Car pulled right here and shot Tupac at this light. Car went that way. I was living right here in 1996 when Tupac got killed. Right here. I ain't never told nobody.
And so you see, it's the way he was breaking it down to John Singleton that makes it seem like he actually was telling him that he witnessed it. So Floyd Mayweather had to come out and say, nah, that's not what I was doing. He had to explain that he was just describing to John Singleton how he was familiar with the area. And so in Floyd Mayweather's statement, he goes on to say, in 1996, when Tupac Shakur was killed, I lived in the apartments located on Flamingo and Colville Lane, which just so happens to be the area where Tupac was shot. I have never said I witnessed the shooting. All of those false accusations stem from me sharing the location of the shooting with John Singleton due to my familiarity of the area since I lived there. This does not mean I witnessed Tupac's shooting. John Singleton was making a documentary or movie about Tupac, so he reached out to me asking where Flamingo and Colville was located. John was my friend, so I showed him this location with no hesitation. The location of Tupac's shooting is public knowledge, and me living there was just a coincidence. I did not witness Tupac Shakur's death. So that's the statement Floyd Mayweather has issued. And so we see in his statement that it looks like, he was just explaining to John Singleton what he saw, or not what he saw, but, what happened, because he was familiar with the details and, he was very familiar with the area. Now, I find it interesting that John Singleton was working on this documentary or movie, is what Floyd Mayweather said. So with that gives us more insight on that whole Tupac movie that came out, because what happened was the studios ended up going with this music video director instead of John Singleton, because John Singleton apparently was going to make the movie very good. He was going to really make an incredible Tupac movie, but for some reason, they did not want him on the film after they saw some of the details he was going to put into the film. Because, John Singleton was real familiar with Tupac, and he worked with him on Poetic Justice, and it sounded like Tupac wanted to exclusively work with John Singleton on a lot of future movies. So John Singleton had a lot of insight on, Tupac, and he was very familiar with Tupac, so he would have made a much better film, I believe, but the studios didn't want that. I believe John Singleton would have probably made an epic Tupac film, but now it's too late because he's not with us anymore. We lost, John Singleton some years ago. So that would have been the better film, if you ask me, if he would have been allowed to create what he was going to create. There's just some scenes, I believe, that they were saying that he wouldn't compromise on. And that has to do with when Tupac got locked up. And when he got locked up, they're saying some stuff might have happened to Tupac. So, John Singleton wanted to include that in the film, and the studios didn't want that. That's understandable too. I don't think the fans wanted to see that anyways. And how could you really verify some of the accusations he's saying happened to Tupac? So I mean, for him to insist on putting that in the film, that's what I'm hearing is what was the issue. So maybe if he was insisting on putting some of that stuff in the film, I could kind of see why they got a new director to complete that film. But I really think the film would have been much better if they would have probably took their time and found a different director. Because, I mean, it was a pretty good film. The Tupac movie, I give it like maybe a B minus, maybe a B minus. It could even be a B. I mean, I think the Biggie movie was pretty good. I just think they could have probably did a little better on the Tupac movie. I still liked it and everything, but I do think it could have been a little better. Let me know what y'all thought about the Tupac movie. You know, what grade do you give it? Yeah, but I do think John Singleton, after all that was said, I believe he probably would have made the better film anyways. It would have just been more real and a little bit hard for the fans to see some of the things that he wanted to put in it. So, you know, for commercial purposes, I understand why, you know, they ended up having to go with a different director. But anyways, yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that, and click that notification bell. This has been Rap Hits. I'm out of here.